Hi there, it's me again, and it's me with more purchases from Jackson's. Let's go back to the beginning. I bought this Schmincke, I think it was a 12 half pan set, so it came with this guy in it. And I already had some previous Schminckes, and then I ordered a few more to make it up to, I think I got 26 instead, because there's always room at the end. And I don't know, and then I added later some of the granulating colors, just in 3 of the Forest range and 1 in the Tundra range, Tundra Orange. And they were in another metal palette, because it didn't fit in here because of this. So I was thinking the other day that I would like to have them all together, and so I thought I'll do what I did with other palettes that I have and take that out. I don't use it to have a brush in the middle. I never use that. The Schmincke tin basically stays in my studio, and I don't take it out with me on trips or anything. So I thought, well, I just have to buy a few more to fill it all up. So I took that out. I ordered a few more from Jackson's. I think they had them on sale as well. Just half pans, no tubes or anything. And some of them already had, some of the ones that I had previously in another palette already had magnets on it. But I also really like this museum wax. I don't know if, sometimes it's hard to find, but it's really great. And you just put this on the back and stick it in, and it kind of makes up, the good thing about the wax is that you can kind of mold it around these raised well areas so that they don't kind of wobble about. But since I already had some, as it turns out only 4, with magnets on it, I decided to go with magnets for the rest of them. As I show you here, this one has come out. It was a former tube paint put into a half pan. And if you just spritz that with a little bit of water and pop it back in, they generally kind of make contact and will stick better inside their little half pan. So let's see what I got. This ended up in my mailbox rather than as a actual parcel, so it's kind of, when they said that it was here, I kind of doubted it. But it is. Yay. Here we go. They're only tiny, so always well wrapped. And that's all the packaging that comes with them. Some other brands have them within like a plastic bubble on a card, but Schmincke only has them set out like that. So it's not the waste of packaging, which is what I really like. So up first is Burnt Umber, as I didn't have it, which is kind of surprising. And that is PBR 7. And then it's Payne's Gray Bluish, which is PBK 6, PB15 6, PB15 2. There we go. And then Turner's Yellow, because this is Schmincke color, one of their own. So I thought I have to have that, and also I love Turner's work. And it's Y216. Then there's graphite gray, and this is PBK 10. And then we have Prussian green, and that is PG7 and PB60. So obviously bluish green. And then we have maroon brown, and that is MBR. And then mahogany brown, which is PBR 33. And the last one is olive green yellowish, and that is PO62 and PG36. So you'll see there's kind of a more natural tones because that's what I tend to work in. Let's open one of them first, just in case you've never seen them open before. So there it is. That one is the Payne's Gray Bluish, and Schmincke has their stamp of their name on the bottom of the half pan. And I think 787, oh, it's not on here. 787 is the actual color number, and 4 stars for light fastness, and transparency on there as well. And it's from series 1, so it's one of the cheaper ones. I thought they had the numbers on them, but I'm mistaken. So I tend to write just on the side what they are, and I tend to, if I can't see the bottom, like with the magnet on, I'll put just like SCH for Schmincke, just so I know if I take them out, then I know what brand they are. So let's get labeling, and let's start putting this palette together. So I'm not going nuts, but I am going blind. That's 787 right on there, and that's what it says on here. I thought it was a B. I should really put my glasses on. Hang on. Getting my glasses. Yep, there we go. And I'm just going to put on the magnets. I got this at the dollar store, and I think I already have one wee one here. They break into strips, and then I just get an old pair of scissors and cut up a little strip for the bottom. Now I don't find that the adhesive on the back, they have double-sided adhesive, and I don't find that that works very well. It doesn't stay on. So I just tend to get a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and my top of this is slightly full. So I tried sticking a needle down the other day, but that didn't work. And I just put a little dab. Now Gorilla Glue has a tendency to kind of run out, so you don't want too much or it'll run through. And I don't know if you can see, some of them sort of glob on, so you don't want that, although you can get a knife and or even your fingers and it'll be normal again. And because you just want it, you kind of want it straight, right? So that's that. I'll finish the rest of these and I'll start putting them in this tray. So when I was picking out the other colors, I got this, well, I already had this. I got it from, I believe, Jackson's. Some other art supply places have them. It's a color chart of all of Schmincke's watercolor range, except this one's a bit older, so it doesn't have the granulating colors yet. And it also has all the different mediums that they produce too that you can use with watercolor and all the sets. But I need it for the color chart, and so when I was looking at the Jackson's website, I just double checked to see the color, because on a screen you never know. Macs are pretty good about that, but you just never know, and this is more faithful to what they look like. So that way I was able to pick out. I knew what I had because I already had it marked, and I knew what I was missing. So get yourself one of those. I think at Jackson's it was only like maybe even a few cents or $1 or something. It wasn't very much. It's not a dot card, so those are far more expensive. But that was really handy. So let's get putting these into their pan. So now they're all in their little spot, and you can see like some of them are a little bit hard because they're sitting on the edge of one of those wells and they're a little wibbly wobbly. You can really tell that I did many years of higher education when I'm making up my own words. So I'm going to swatch them out. I did up a little card to keep in the pan with them. And let's get started. Got my water here. I was thinking of just using a little flat edge. Yeah, I'll put this over here. It's casting a bit of a shadow. You wouldn't believe that it was, well, it was raining this morning and then the sun came out for a glorious second, and now it's got very dark again. So I am sorry for the changeable lighting. I do have lighting from above that's daylight balance, but it's still not like the real thing. So this is the lemon yellow. And I will hold these up closer to the camera when I'm finished. And next up is the CAD yellow light. And this is the new one, new to me, Turner's yellow. And it's everything I hoped for. It's a little bit warmer, but still very natural. And now the Quin Gold. I do love this color. I may actually use this set exclusively today for one of my works. And then we have Cad Red Light. I believe the original 12 pen came with this color. I don't use it that much, as you can see. I mostly use earth tones. And let me just spray these. There's no problem reworking these colors, it just speeds up the process a little bit. And this is Cad Red Deep. Right. Put a little bit more on there. And then Bordeaux. Which is not as deep as I thought it would be when I bought it. I think I bought it. Could have been in the set too. I thought it would be more of a kind of maroon color. That's what Bordeaux wine looks like. Do like the wine. And this is Permanent Carmine, which is just a little bit more pink than the Bordeaux. Maybe I'll put just a little bit more top. Go. And Potter's Pink. The Schmincke Potter's Pink is really nice. All Potter's Pinks I find though take a little bit of digging with your brush to get more pigment showing. And then you'll see the ones that I hardly ever use. Just make sure I'm still, this is the Perylene Violet, which is more what I thought the Bordeaux would look like. And then Schmincke's Violet. A little bit too much water there. And Ultramarine Fineness. I've always found that the Schmincke colors they're vibrant, but they're a more subdued vibrant, if that makes sense. Now, Prussian Blue is a lovely color. And up next is Paris Blue. I have a little bit of something on there. I think it's yellow ochre. And just be careful. And beside that is Cerulean, very sky color. Definitely not the color of the sky here right now. And then this is a new one to me, the Prussian green. And that's a beautiful, oh my goodness, that's a beautiful color. It's like a teal. And then phthalo green, which is not my favorite sort of green, but it's a mixing kind of green. But I'm a bit lazy and I like convenience greens that are a little bit more natural. And right beside it is another new one for me, the Permanent Green Olive. Beside it, I love this color, this cobalt green dark. It's a more natural green to me. And beside that is Green Earth. Now this is a color, another color like Potter's Pink that can be very very transparent. So you kind of have to build up really layers of it. It's a really nice green. Again, very natural green. Now the next three are the super granulating colors from the Forest range. I didn't get all of the Forest range because not all of them were to my taste or what I use. But I liked this forest brown. It's just like a darker version of the Green Earth beside it. And it does granulate really nicely. And then Forest Green. Again, very like Green Earth. Maybe a bit cooler. And then this one, which is Forest Olive. I think I actually have some of these in my little travel palette as well, because they come in tubes. So, and when they first came out, they came in the 15 milliliter tubes, so I had a lot left over. Now this is the olive green yellowish, which is new for this palette, and that's a really nice olive green. I don't find it too yellowish. And this is titanium gold ochre. I think someone on YouTube got this and it looked really, really nice. A nice bright ochre. And beside it is regular old yellow ochre. And then the only one that I got from the Tundra range is the Tundra Orange, because I thought it would be great for my house portraits. Be great for depicting bricks because of the granulation. I know this is a very small square, so you can't really see the granulation effect. But I do have a video on these, I believe. And new to me is the maroon brown, which is another nice kind of brick color. And then burnt sienna, another great bright brick color. Whoops. And then there's English Venetian red here. And this is a really intense brick color. I love it. And then another new one to me is the mahogany brown. And burnt umber, and I'm surprised I didn't have this already. Oh, that's nice. That's a really nice warm brown. Sepia brown is a favorite too. This one's got a bit of more of a greenish tinge to it. Some sepias are quite dark. Now I think I've done this the wrong way around. Nope, that's right. It's because I just used it. So next is the Payne's Gray Bluish. I have Payne's Gray already, but it's a very gray, as you'll see. And I love Payne's Gray. I usually get, whenever I do a set, I always have a Payne's Gray. And it's usually on the bluish side. So the Schmincke Payne's Gray is kind of more like a black. It's not even like a neutral tint. And ivory black here. Oops, too much. And then I just took a gamble on this graphite gray. I think it's going to be like some of the other, like Derwent's graphitint kind of thing. It'll look like, when it's dry, it'll look more shiny because it is graphite. And then silver and gold I bought so long ago. I bought it actually in Germany, in Berlin. Like, just because I didn't have any. If you're ever in Germany, the Bosner art supply store is fantastic. Unfortunately, my credit card didn't work when I was there, so I had to get my husband to pay for it. And I did go a little bit mad with getting watercolor half pans, because it was so difficult back then to get any of the European brands here, especially in half pans. You could a lot of times get them in tubes, but I was traveling, so I liked having the pans instead. so that's my new Schmincke palette. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. So 39 altogether. And yeah, I think it really rounds out what I had before. This is what I had before in the palette when it was just 24, and then I, as I said, added the granulating colors and also kept the silver and gold in another tin palette. So now they're all together, and I'm going to start using this more, I think. I've been relying on my Royal Talons Rembrandt set of 48, but I like to mix it up every once in a while and go back to Daniel Smith or a mixture of things. I always have Roman Small greens because I love their greens, and those are always sitting to the side waiting for the foliage to appear. But I'm very happy with this. I love all the new, I call them brick colors because I do a lot of house portraits, so that'll be really useful for me. And there are some stellar ones, like I love this Prussian green. The Quin Gold I love from before, and the Potter's Pink. And then I just love their greens. Really, really love them. So, and you can see the graphite one is starting to dry, and there's a little bit of shimmer to it because of graphite. And this, the Paris blue that I had from before is really beautiful. So yeah, I will stop talking and rambling. And if you like videos like these, please like this video and subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram. It will be just in the thank you credit. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.